Carl Reed in 247 Sports coming out saying Coach Prime is taking interviews with not one, but two FBS programs. Let's talk about who they are. Let's read his article. Let's see what he's talking about after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsyJr. YouTube. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe, and the notification bell. Now, Carl Reed. I actually was informed about this from a picture sent to me by my brother. He was the first person. He gets some of those JSU alerts from 247, and this was the tweet that he got, and we're going to take a look at the article all together because something to discuss. It says sources: Deion Sanders in talks with Colorado and South Florida about the head coaching job. A fire scoop from Coach Carl Reed live. Now, Coach Carl Reed, like we said, is well connected. He does work for 247 Sports. And here's the article. It says sources: Deion Sanders engaging in talks with Colorado and South Florida. This was put out by Carl Reed, of course. Let's read it together. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. First of all, it's fair use. I've already gotten a copyright strike recently, so fair use. No, this is for information purposes. See, as we enter a pivotal stretch of the coaching carousel, the future of Deion Sanders promises to become more clear. The wildly successful Jackson State coach at 11-0, the Tiger sport the first perfect regular season in school history, has made no bones about his desire to coach at college football's FBS level. All right, pause. That is not, at least from what I understand, that's not what he has said. Now, you can correct me in the chat. You can correct me in the comments below. Coach Prime has never said he has the desire to coach at the FBS level. He has said, at least from what I've heard, that he desires to get his coaches, his coaching staff paid. He never said at what level he wants to get them paid at. He just said that he wants to get his coaching staff paid. So this line right here, I'm not so sure this is 100% accurate. I'm going to just put that out there because, unless you can find, if you can find it, hey, prove me wrong. But his desire to coach at the FBS level, I've never heard him put it like that. He said he would never coach in the NFL, and he said he wants to get his coaching staff paid. That doesn't mean you have to, granted, FBS level has more resources, but the way this is stated, it makes it seem as if Coach Prime wants to leave JSU to coach at the FBS level. Also, it's not really adding the fact that Jackson State and or the SWAC conference could move up to the FBS level. But let's continue on. While a quiet carousel will limit his options, sources close to Sanders say he's been in discussion with power brokers at both Colorado and South Florida about their coaching vacancies. A cycle ago, this is spicy. This is a spicy take. Cycle ago, Sanders interviewed at TCU and Colorado State. Ooh, real spicy take right there, Carl Reed. The TCU thing has always been out there, but the Colorado State, I want to say this is the first time I ever heard anybody say that. And he's saying, I got it on wax, that Prime not only interviewed TCU, which a lot of people have said that, but also Colorado State. So Sanders has not talked to anybody representing Auburn, so the Auburn thing's out the window, as the program search goes in a different direction. Colorado and South Florida, who are each chasing former glory, offer respective perks for the 55-year-old Sanders. The Buffaloes might not fit Sanders' recruiting footprint, but as a Pac-12 school, they can offer the best chances for Sanders to pay his assistants. This is going to be their pitch, is basically what he's saying. Pay his assistants well and build out the staff infrastructure he believes he needs. Two items he doesn't come to close to satisfying at Jackson State. And staff infrastructure. Oh, okay. This is a shot at JSU. With the resources Colorado could offer, Sanders has mapped out a plan to recruit nationally to Boulder. Okay. This is good stuff, Carl Reed. A member of the American Athletic Conference, South Florida is not as flush with cash, but it is right in Sanders' recruiting footprint. At 1-10 overall, with the conference foes UCF, Cincinnati, and Houston headed to the Big 12 by the 2023 football season, Sanders would have an opportunity at South Florida to execute an immediate turnaround similar to what he's done at Jackson State. Let's see. The 1-win Buffaloes fired Carl Dorrell in early October after an 0-5 start. The 1-win Bulls fired Jeff Scott in early November. Sanders carries weight within households across the country for his success as a two-time All-American in Florida State, 14-year NFL veteran, 9-year MLB player. Sanders won. Okay, we know his accomplishments. His Coach Prime fame allowed him to turn college football world on its head last December when he flipped the number 1 recruit Travis Hunter from Florida State to Jackson State on the biggest signing day surprise ever. Sanders also landed top 100 recruit Kevin Coleman and a host of talented transfers from the FBS level. Hunter has shaken off some off-season long injury to flourish in recent weeks with a pick 6. Okay. So Sanders has helped revitalize HBCU football. Jackson State even hosted ESPN's College Game Day. Okay. Jackson State will play in the SWAC championship game on December 3rd. If the Tigers win, they would play in the Celebration Bowl for the second consecutive season. Okay. Carl Reed did his work. I mean, hey, shout out to Carl Reed. He did his homework. He did a lot of good research. He's tapped in. Obviously, he's tapped in really heavy down there, Jackson State with the folks. And he knows what he's talking about. He brought up that Colorado State thing that I had no idea about. He brought up the TCU thing that, I mean, a lot of people have come out and, said the TCU thing before. So that wasn't the first time I heard that. And yeah, so he poses some good, he poses a lot of good things about what he's hearing about Coach Prime taking these interviews. Now, here's the thing. There's a couple of things. One, Prime has always said, he said it on College Game Day. He is going to interview for jobs. He said it. He said he would be doing him and his staff a disservice if he didn't interview for jobs. He has always stated that. One, that's something most coaches never say. But two, it's something that he has put on wax. So to say that Coach Prime is listening to other offers, entertaining other offers, he said he was going to do it. And to hear that he's doing it, that's not a big shocker. Do I think he will take these jobs? Colorado? No. I don't think there's a chance in hell he takes a Colorado job. There's a couple of reasons. One, albeit he is going to a program that's in the Pac-12, which is a Power 5 conference, and that can offer him and his staff a lot more money than even Jackson State and even more than UCF. It doesn't make sense to take the Colorado job. It's a bad job. I'm going to call it what it is. It's a bad job. It's a dying conference. The Pac-12 is a dying conference. Colorado's a bad job. Mel Tucker, who was over at Michigan State, was at Colorado, did about as good of a job that you could do at Colorado in modern day, and he bounced after 1 year for a Big Ten job, for the Michigan State job. Colorado, this is not 1980. This is not 1985, 1990. Colorado was a good job in the 80s and 90s. It's no longer a good job. And with UCLA and USC leaving the Pac-12, Oregon and Washington potentially on its way out, you're going to a dying conference. Yes, you're getting more money, but it's going to be really, really hard to get players to play for you in a conference that, quite frankly, is dying and quite frankly won't be able to match up to teams outside of the Pac-12. The Pac-12, which is really, really weak right now. So the Colorado job, I think that's out of the question. I don't think he has a chance in hell of going there. USF is interesting. Do I think he takes it? No, I don't. And here's why. It's an AAC conference. Also, like the Pac-12, it's kind of a dying conference. Their best players, as we just read, Central Florida, Cincinnati, they're headed to the Big 12. What is it? Central Florida, Cincinnati, who else? They're headed to the Big 12 conference. Cincinnati, Houston. Yeah, they're all headed to the Big 12 conference. So you're not going to get the amount of money that you could get at Colorado. You'll get more than you got at Jackson State, but you can't get what you get at Colorado. It's a dying conference, and your chances of playing for an FBS playoff spot, FBS national championship spot, is not there at all. It's not there. Now, granted, you have access to local recruits, right? South Florida, it's a hotbed for recruiting. But what can you offer at South Florida that you can't get at Jackson State? You're not going to get as much money. You might get a little more money, a few more resources, right? But are they going to let you be Coach Prime at South Florida? Is that little bit pay increase compared to Colorado, pay increase for your assistants, pay increase for you and your staff and whatnot, is that worth more than the allure and what you're doing at the HBCU level and what you're doing at Jackson State and the lives that you can change at Jackson State? Is that worth that? I can't answer that question. That is just a question only Prime and him, his staff, his family can answer. But that is what I'm challenging. That's why I don't think it's a good fit. Yeah, it's right in your recruiting base, but is that pay increase, the 20%, the 30%? It's not crazy, by the way, because it's an American conference. It's not the Pac-12, although the Pac-12 is dying. They make a lot more money than American. It's more the SWAC, but is that pay increase worth the risk of losing your authenticity? Worth the risk of losing being Coach Prime? Worth the risk of losing all the great things that you have done, not just for Jackson State, not just for the SWAC, but for HBCUs, period. We're not even talking about sports. We're just talking about HBCUs, period. And I don't think that. I don't think it is. I don't think. Now, why? So if you say it's like, Jeff, if you say all of that, why would he even take the interview? Well, he told you why he would take the interview. He is putting the pressure on Ashley Robinson, on the president of JSU, on the administration at JSU, on the administration, Dr. Charles McClellan, the commissioner of the SWAC, the administration of the SWAC, to do right, not just by him, but to do right by the conference, to continue to make sure that they are on their P's and Q's and doing the best, putting their best foot forward and upgrading and advancing the conference, the school, the football team, HBCUs, period. And like I said, more specifically, the program at JSU that plays on 1400 Lynn Street at the Vet and potentially at a new stadium in the future, the Jackson State football program. That's why you take the interviews. You take the interviews to let them know, hey, y'all, don't take me for granted, because there's other folks that want to, it's like a girl that can take to the prom. It's like, okay, if you, I'm pretty, whatever, but I got options. And if you don't do right by me, it's a quick phone call away to call up some of these options and let you know I'm not playing. I'm doing my part. I'm 11-0 on the field. FCS top recruiting class 2 years running. Number one player in the country. Impact the city of Jackson, $30 million last year, will probably be even more this year. Selling out home stadiums in a stadium that seats 60,000 people. Selling it out on the road. Not just my home stadiums. Texas Southern, sold out. Alcorn, sold out. Right? Selling out on the road. Orange Blossom Classic, sold out. Celebration Bowl, highest attended since the inception of the game. I'm doing my part. I need to hold your feet to the fire and make sure you are doing your part. So yeah, I'll talk to TCU. Yeah, allegedly, I'll talk to Colorado State. Yeah, allegedly, I'll talk to Colorado and USF to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Can't knock them for that. Because at the end of the day, what do he say? My lifestyle won't change if I take these other jobs, right? Making a couple more $1 million a year for me, I make basically what he said. I've been making millions. I've been a millionaire. He said it recently. Been a millionaire since I was 21 years old. He's 55 now, so he's been a millionaire the majority of his life. He said, but it will change the lifestyle of my assistants. So do right by me means doing right by them. Holding JSU's feet to the fire. Ashley Robinson, president of JSU alum, SWAC commissioner, Commissioner McClellan, SWAC, City of Jackson, Mississippi, Governor Tate Reeves. What are y'all going to do? What are y'all going to do to keep Prime and his assistants happy and therefore keeping everything flowing, keeping all the money flowing in and all the great things that continue to happen? What are they going to do? I guess we got to watch and see what happens. But I ain't mad at it at all. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Coach Prime allegedly taking interviews with USF and Colorado, according to 247 Sports Call Reed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe. And also, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at JLightsy7. Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at JLightsy7. And don't forget, we're giving giveaways all this month. Subscribe and join the channel. Support the channel by joining the channel. We'll have some big giveaways and some announcements to make later this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, this is the Jeff Lightsy Jr. right here on the Victory Formation Sports Show on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.